Told my wife last night I'm playing cards Friday night. She was like, "You're playing cards Friday night?" I said, "Oh, come on, Allison. I haven't been out of the house."
Do you ever go home and say, "Honey, I'm going to do this," and she goes, "Okay"?
No.
Oh.
It's always a discussion. It's like I said, "Allison, I haven't been out of the house in 3 months. I literally have not left the house in 3 months."
And you've been there with her all weekends and stuff?
She was like, "Well, maybe I want to go see a movie." I said, "I'm not going to a movie. Cards." Card games get very big. Evidently, I've tapped into the male psyche because everybody wants to get out of their house on Thanksgiving because everyone's calling me trying to get in on the game.
Trying to get in there. You're going to have a whole Las Vegas night going on.
Yeah, we might never go home. I'm not even sure who's playing. We don't ask Jackie anymore because Jackie's a pussy.
Jackie always had a problem anyway. He could only get out. If he could get out, he could only get out for an hour or two.
Yeah, then he'd show up and go, "Hey, doesn't anyone have any pot?" And I'm going home.
But didn't once Nancy call and they got to a big thing and he had to go home?
His wife called him in the middle of the game, and it was bumming everyone out. It was just like, "Stay away, Jackie."
Yeah.
And then he would come, because Dominic gets Dominic puts out a big spread of food. So Jackie comes in, he eats, he comes late, which is a no-no in cards because you have a certain amount of guys.
Right.
So he comes late, he eats, he stuffs himself with all the food from the buffet, and then the rest of the night, like he plays 2 hands of cards, screams about pot and beer, and then he says, and then Nancy calls, he's got to leave.
Gotta go.
And then he goes up to...
There's always an emergency at the Martling home.
And then he goes up to the buffet and wraps all the food up in napkins.
He takes a doggy bag.
And he goes, "Hey, it's only going to go to waste, right? Right?"
No.
What?
Take it and put it in the dumpster.
Don't want to say anything?
Well, I'm just...
You going to tell me I'm lying?
Is this on?
Yeah. Yeah.
At any point... there you go. At any point am I allowed to inject any of the truth in?
What is the truth?
I was late because I was visiting my father who was incredibly sick in the hospital.
Oh.
Another rotten excuse.
Yeah.
When I got... I had...
But he's been late before. It's not, like,
now, what happened the other time?
Yeah, he's always late.
If I was ever late, it was because I was in the pool where I was supposed to meet you, where you never showed up.
Sure.
That
go
was
ahead.
Super Bowls you're talking about.
Well,
if he can mix up stories, he's dreaming. But go ahead. All right.
I've never been late for the card game.
Your father was always sick during the card games. Go ahead. Yes. The last 30 card games he was sick. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was never late before.
Right.
That is the truth.
Yeah.
And I was exhausted from working Rascals the night before, but since I had promised you guys I was coming and I knew that the amount of people that are supposed to be there are supposed to be there, it wrecks again. If there's too few or too many, it screws it up.
Right.
Let's admit that.
Yes.
Okay. So I tried to go. Of course, I got a little high on the way there.
Right.
So when I got there, I couldn't take the combination.
The guy was wasted.
I couldn't take the combination of Neil and Neil.
Oh, come on.
So it was a little annoying.
It was messing up your head.
Yeah,
I did eat
it was bringing his head down.
I did eat like a pig.
Neil was making jokes.
He's annoying. And I ate like a pig, I admit that. And
admit Neil is the most fun at the card game.
Oh, he's in both.
You don't think so?
I love Neil.
Yeah, so how could you say he was bringing your head down?
I was stoned and he was annoying.
Okay. He was goofing on Jackie. Neil sits and goofs on everyone. That's his job.
You know what it was? I was too tired to help goof, and I just wasn't in the mood. And I got up.
It's going to be one big night of goofing on Dominic this time. I figured out how I'm going to punish
Maybe I
Dominic.
will be there.
Yeah, I figured out how I'm going to punish Dominic. Well, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to shave his head.
And then you started eating.
So and I got done eating like a pig. I was really exhausted, and I decided my wife wasn't supposed to be home.
Oh.
So I decided to call home and tell her that I was on my way home. I called home, and when I was leaving the message, she picked up the phone. I said, "What are you doing here? I'm on my way home." She didn't call there. I called home, and yes, I did take a doggy bag. I took everything that was left because they would have thrown it away.
From my point of view, Jackie shows up late.
Went out and fed the homeless.
Thank you for letting me put the truth in there. It must be a holiday.
Well, I'll tell you my point of view. Jackie, here's my point of view. We decided to have cards. Instead of, if Jackie's father was sick, what he should have done was picked up the phone ahead of time, called everyone, said, "I'm going to go visit my father in the hospital," and get someone else to play or something. So we get there, we're waiting and waiting.
He visited his sick father and then got high? Is that what
Yeah,
you just said?
yeah, exactly.
All right.
I'm sure he got high before he visited his sick father.
It was a Friday, Robin.
Father high.
It was a Friday.
Jackie had no idea.
I went to the hospital and copped a pot for my father.
In all seriousness, most people when they go to visit their parents have to be high. So let's not put the guy down for that. Yeah.
Don't put him down for that. Okay.
Yeah. I don't get high, but I just don't visit my parents. So
the truth is, at that point, I did not have a car phone and didn't expect to be in the hospital as long as I was.
Anyway,
that is
okay, could have called.
And
he didn't know track of time.
Yeah,
and I was in traffic.
Anyway, so then he's in traffic. He's in everything. So everyone else got there, but he couldn't.
Obstacle course he ran.
Yeah, poor Jackie. He's in traffic because his eyes were barely open. He couldn't see. he was crashed into a wall. So then from my point of view,
was fine. Jackie was in slow motion.
From my point of view, we're playing cards. We're waiting for this guy. Finally shows up. We have to wait for him to finish eating. He's stuffing his food. He screams about pot for two minutes.
Wrong.
Plays two hands of cards. Gets up, making phone calls. Next thing you know, he's talking to his wife in hushed tones, and suddenly
there was no hushed tones.
I have to leave. I have to leave. And then he's grabbing.
Everyone told that story.
And then he's grabbing.
Of course, everybody told that story. That doesn't make it true.
And then he's grabbing. What do you mean is that true? Tell me where I'm wrong. And then he grabs napkins and he's shoving food into the napkins for some dog that he doesn't have.
And he can't leave it. Why didn't you leave something for somebody else to take home?
Food was going to be thrown away. The food was going to be thrown away.
But you're Ralph, am I off here?
No, not at all. He asked for tins.
Yeah, he called that. Yeah. Then
wait a minute.
Now I'm turning your microphone off.
Either I was wrapping it in napkins or I asked for.
You know what? You want to know something? I admit I'm wrong. It was tins. He called down.
You said napkins.
Yeah, he called down. He starts calling down to room service.
No.
And asked for tins.
They were cleaning up, and as I said, you were going to throw this away, and instead of them throwing it away, I was going to take it with me, and they volunteered and went and got me something to put it in.
Oh, they volunteed.
Could I have some time? It would have gone in the garbage.
Then we have the room people in there.
Three lovely little kids.
Bringing in tins, interrupting our game. And we don't like to be interrupted during the game.
Yes.
Timmy and little boy.
Plus, he was on the phone. He was on the phone for like 10 minutes. And we're waiting for him.
Oh, but you weren't. You're over in the corner. You are learning to lie, aren't you?
No, I'm not lying.
Was I speaking in hushed tones? Ralph?
Yes, you were. You absolutely were. You never let anybody hear what you're saying on the phone. That's all private. That's love talk.
Of the huge suite.
When Nancy yells at you, you don't want anyone to know.
Yes, my dear.
Yes, dear. Nobody knows better than you, my dear.
That's
right. There wasn't a fight.
No, there was.
And you came back and you're like,
you know what? At one point, I was quiet. I said, "This sucks. I'm coming home."
Right. You did.
So maybe I whispered that.
Yeah, he was fighting with his wife.
I wasn't fighting with.
So what do you? What do you want from my point of view?
I didn't
what
say
is this stuttering, John?
Dominic wants to add to this.
All right.
Oh, please.
We'll get to the truth.
Cheater.
Hey, Dominic, am I right?
Not only you're right, but he made us order more food because he was late, and they brought up more food tins. He left enough food for Thanksgiving for 9 people.
Hey, by the way, Dominic, here's the deal on the card game. Forget Jackie.
Yeah.
Are you playing, Jackie? Do you actually want to play?
I have family coming to town, but I'd like to come. Can I have my options? So
You actually could have an option. Your microphone is on.
Oh, okay.
He's insane.
Sorry.
My head's got to be heard.
If my mic is on, I'm not going to talk.
You just feel...
All right, wait a second.
My headphone...
All right.
These haven't worked for 2 weeks, but Scott's fixing. Do you have any tins?
Anyway, Dominic, here's your punishment.
I was told already what it is.
What is
Who told you?
I have to wear a dress.
No.
Oh, good.
He'd like that.
If I hear a lot of guys want to come,
Yeah.
if we end up having 2 tables,
Yeah.
you can't sit at my table.
Oh, please. I have to kill myself.
You still have to throw money at him.
Anything, as long as I'm being forgiven by the entire group for my error.
I don't forgive
He can only visit your table when you need money.
Dominic is so fat and stupid. I got to tell you something.
That is stupid.
You know what? I very rarely get out to play cards, and I like to play cards. Even though Dominic has some sort of problem because he gets bored if we play for $1 or $2.
He likes big money.
Yeah, Dominic likes to lose thousands of dollars at one sitting. You know what I mean?
It's no fun unless he's losing millions.
Yeah, he's not satisfied. You know, Dominic, a card player can play for 10 cents. It's the idea of the win and just having fun.
Camaraderie.
Yeah. He gets crazy. He's like, the game's getting boring. And then he's in on every hand because he doesn't care if he loses $100. That's nothing.
You can't read them. You have nothing to do.
Yeah, it's really bad when you play. Because to me, you got to play it like this. Each chip is meaningful.
Right.
Forget what the value is.
What the value
Whether it was $5,000 a chip or 5 cents a chip, you got to play like the chips mean something.
And you want to win.
There's skill to it. But Dominic's like, okay, I'm in. And you know what? Without looking at my cards, I bet $3 million.
Yeah. You know, it makes it not a game for anyone else.
Right. It's boring.
Can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Dominic?
Yes?
At what point did you decide that you were going to fix the deck?
Well, that's what I'm building up to. Let's build up to it. And if you don't answer this honestly, you're not playing Friday.
Has he not fessed up yet?
Well, okay, I'm going to get to the bottom of it now.
All right.
So I love to play cards, and I don't get out often because my wife thinks if I leave for a night, I'm no longer in love with her.
You're locked up.
Yeah, I'm locked up. I'm such a great catch that I'm locked up. So I'm learning from Dominic what he does with his wife. He just walks out the door. She don't know where he goes for days.
See, I guess you're
By the way, Irma heard what you said yesterday. She said that she appreciates the nice things you say about her.
What did I say? That you walk out of the house and don't...
You said she's attractive. You said she's pretty. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she's way too good looking for you.
He doesn't hear it home.
Yeah. She has to hear him on the radio because Dominic's busy running away for 3 days. Dominic just leaves the house and tells her, look, that's it. Howard wants to play cards. I'm playing.
Howard's my wife.
In fact, he doesn't even have an explanation. He just leaves.
He loads up the trunk with money and leaves.
Yeah, it's hey, listen, you know what? And he's right.
Well, there is a portion of your life that should be yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I am no longer allowed to own my own life. And then my wife goes, well, live alone.
Oh.
And then I go...
Do you ever do this to her? She comes in and says, I'm going to lunch with the girls. I have a night out. I'm doing this. You say, oh, God
yesterday my wife comes in looking a mess in those nylon workout outfits. She goes, I just played tennis with my friends, and I got to go get my manicure, and I got it. And I'm like, whoa, what a life. How could you? And then, and she gets all this female bonding from all her friends.
Yeah.
All right, first of all...
Now, wait a second. So I get to play cards.
Yeah.
I go out, and I just like the game of chance. I enjoy it, and I enjoy being with the guys. But Fat Dominic worries he's like my girlfriend. He worries that I'm not having a good time and I'm not winning. He thinks I'm sad that I'm not winning.
He wants to stand there with you and make sure you win some money.
So I hadn't won a hand all night. So Dominic goes ahead. And everyone at the table trusts each other. It's not one of those games where everyone's looking at each other. And I see Dominic. He's always going through the cards. He's always with cards.
He's looking at everybody's
He's looking at cards. So he's shuffling through the deck. So I get an amazing hand. I get 4 aces. It's a 7-card stud game. 2 of the aces are under. And 2 of them so the best hand that it looked like I had was a pair of aces. And he even fixed it, I believe, so that the other guys would get flushes.
Yeah, I had a straight flush.
Yeah. Now, Ralph had a straight flush and is betting into me. You don't get a straight flush ever. It's 7-card stud, nothing wild. He sat there. You know why he can do it? Because no one sits and looks at what Dominic's up to. It's no great feat. Any one of us could do it because everyone trusts everyone.
But it's supposed to be an honest game.
And that's the fun of it. So anyway,
who had a straight flush?
I did.
Ralph.
Did you fix that, Dominic?
More of a kind.
Then he had
a flush, or was it? It was a flush.
It was a flush.
But a flush is an amazing.
It was like a royal flush.
May I respond?
And let me just say something.
Yeah. As a lawyer, it's hard for me to be...
So he fixes the first 4 aces I had no clue because Dan Foreman dealt. I don't know how he did it. But he did it. No one cut the deck. The second 4 aces already I caught on. I figured it out.
So you got 4 aces twice.
Yeah, I got 4 aces twice. Not in a row, but it happened again a couple of hands later.
And I had a great hand at that point, too, and I started betting into it again.
Yeah, and he gave everybody a great hand. And we got suspicious when Dominic was begging guys to stay in because he had arranged the deck. Yeah, that would throw it off.
Now, he also got 4 aces. He
even gave himself 4 aces.
I mean...
But everyone knew.
But to set that up, that's kind of difficult, Howard. So you have to have the deck prearranged. He must have switched.
All right, so tell us what happened. At what point...
Can I be first?
How'd you do it, Chuck? First, be honest.
All right, I'm going to be really honest right now. All right, number one, calling me fat and stupid's not fair.
Well,
first of all,
you're fat.
I've lost a lot of weight, and I thank
Yes, but you gain it all back.
No, I didn't.
Every game he says he lost a lot of weight, and he's huge as a house.
But the thing is, he has lost a lot of weight. He just doesn't keep it off.
I get more chances talking to the courtroom than I do here. It's number one, I lost a lot of weight because of Dr. Gullo, Stephen Gullo. Thank you, Dr. Gullo. Number 2.
What, did he keep the food out of your mouth?
He chained the refrigerator.
He gave him liposuction.
Hey, backstage clothes.
He cut off one of my legs.
All right, so tell me what's going on.
Can you believe that for 8 weeks I missed all this?
All right, now just tell me something.
I'm telling you.
You know I'm mad at you.
Not yet.
I normally would never say you're fat and stupid, but I have to attack you.
No, you've never called him stupid.
No. Well, he's not stupid, but...
I'm not stupid. I read a book.
All right, go ahead.
Number 2, Ralph getting the flush, straight flush, was just gay luck.
Was it luck, really?
Gay luck.
Gay luck. Gay luck.
That's funny.
You say that's the luck of the gays.
That's the luck of the gays.
The luck of the gays.
Gay luck.
Gay luck.
Ralph's not laughing. This must be what it's like at the card game.
It is. It is. And it's worse. It's worse.
Okay.
That's why Jackie's head got ruined.
All right. Number 3, I'm now going to totally admit everything I did.
All right.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right.
And this is the truth. The first 4 aces, I fixed them.
Right. I knew that.
When?
I fixed. What happened was I made up the deck, and I gave it to Dan, and he didn't cut the deck.
Right.
But I'm not the only person at the table who's fixing cards.
Who else?
Neil.
What do you mean?
Neil was trying to fix the deck, but
Me.
No, but Dan cut the cards because it was supposed to happen 3 times.
Oh, so you planned it with Neil?
No, Neil was doing it independently. Now, this is the karma that made me nuts and made me not
Wait a second. How do you know Neil was doing it independently?
Because he told me later. Now,
what, did he figure out what you were doing and decide to get in on it, too?
He caught me the first time.
But why did Neil
I don't know.
Want to fix the deck?
It was a joke, but it got out of hand. Now, let me tell you part 2.
But what did you think I'm so stupid that I wouldn't figure it out?
It was supposed to just be a joke, and it got out of hand. I haven't slept for weeks over this. You're my only friend. I lost you.
No, yeah, sure. You sound like a guy who hasn't slept.
I have no friend.
If you hadn't eaten in 4 weeks, then I'd understand that you were upset.
No,
all right, now let me get to part 2.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
And this is the God's honest truth. The 4 aces I got were legitimate. I know you're never going to believe this.
Hang up on him.
They were legitimate.
You're not playing, Dominic.
No.
I told you to come clean.
Howard, the 4 aces I could have never fixed. I got it on the 6th and 7th card. That was the karma of all this that made me nuts.
That you actually pulled 4 aces.
I actually pulled. Don't you remember when I pulled the 4 aces?
And nobody's ever going to believe it.
Yeah,
nobody was in the hand.
No, because everyone felt at that point that he had 4 aces.
No, that's not why. There were 2 under. The last card was the ace. It was bizarre. I won like $9 from it, but it was bizarre. And then.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I really think I might pull out of the game Friday night. That's how annoyed I am with you.
No, don't do that.
Because I got to tell you something. What
was the joke? I don't get it.
You ruined my game. And guys like Ralph and Ronnie, they don't have a lot of cash, and you cost them hundreds of dollars.
I'm going to pay you off as soon as I get there. I lose thousands of dollars, and the only one who loses. What are you complaining about?
But what was the joke?
I come there with all this money. I go home with nothing.
But you ruined the game. What was the joke? I wanted to have a real game of cards.
Where was the joke?
And now everyone's got to sit and watch everyone else. That's what sucks. I used to like it because it was a friendly game.
I'm only going to deal with one hand. Let me just say one more thing.
I don't know.
It's like Maverick. You got to have a gun.
Yeah, everyone's going to come armed.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? Neil's going to see how much attention Dominic got from doing this, and now that's going and the whole game's going to be getting away with it.
Yeah, now it'll be jokes.
Yeah, I don't want to play with jokers. I want to play with guys who play cards.
I'll never do it again.
And you want to know something? The stakes are going up Friday night because now it's going to matter to people to win.
Listen, you're doing to me what your father did to you. When you tell the truth, you get punished more.
No, you know what it is? You act stupid, and you have to be punished. You're right. My father's, if you act dopey, then you get punished.
Yeah, he told you not to be stupid, you moron.
You got to reward honesty.
The only reason you're getting to play again is because you pay for the room and you buy the food.
Absolutely. No one really likes
it. That's the only reason.
Just let him serve.
What's on the menu, Dominic?
Hey, what are we eating?
I got good
Are we having a
stuff.
Thanksgiving feast?
Absolutely. Full hot turkey, stuffing, and gravy.
Shrimp? How about massage girls?
Spaghetti.
What is it?
What'd you say, Ralph?
Ronnie the limo driver's on the phone.
Ronnie the limo driver?
What did Ralph say?
Here's Ronnie.
Girls.
You mean massage boys?
I don't know. Is that what you want?
What is it, Ronnie?
Okay, he explained everything now. Now I want to know how, when I was betting into you and I had a full house, you had 4 aces again.
I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
No, I swear I couldn't do that.
Again.
No.
It happened. We haven't.
Hey, never mind all this. Who's playing Friday night? I got to know how many guys. Because listen, Jeff Schick from IBM and Eddie want to play too.
Now the game's out of control.
Fast Eddie.
You see, I let you get involved. It's out of control. Now I get everyone.
Ronnie, are you playing?
Yeah, is he sitting at the other table?
Well, we're going to see now. Let's see how many guys we have. Hey, Ronnie, are you playing?
Yeah.
Because Ronnie was like all of a sudden pussying out.
Really?
Well,
that's surprising.
Out, but I don't feel like getting ripped off by Dominic.
Yeah.
Ronnie, I want you to think of our Atlantic City trips. Take that back right now. It could mean a lot.
Yeah, Ronnie, you shouldn't say anything.
Ronnie's like Dominic's bitch. Whenever Ronnie starts losing, Dominic just throws money on him.
Ronnie throws like $1,000 under Ronnie's bet.
Yeah, Ronnie, how could you complain?
Ronnie, will you
I want an honest card game.
Ronnie, will you
I'm not a big card player, and I want an honest card game.
Ronnie, will you take that back right now?
To play a smart card.
Hey, what happened to Fafa Fui? I thought he wanted to play.
Is he out?
Are there going to be a lot of strangers at this game? Because I want to know, okay, can I bring my stuff and sell it?
Yeah, bring some tapes. No, I think you know Jeff and you know Eddie. I think you don't know Eddie,
but
have
like 2 tables, like 10
let's
guys?
have 2 tables. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And is Dan playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not missing it.
I'm not really upset over what's happening.
All right, so how many guys is that? That's Dan, that's Jeff, that's Eddie, that's
Wayne,
Jackie. Are you really playing?
I think I'm going to play. I got a lot of family coming into town.
So
you want to get away from them? No, but sometimes they come over in the morning, and then I'm free at the, I'll know by today.
All right, forget Jackie. He's not going to play.
Jackie, what about if I have a case of beer you can put in your car?
I'll be there waiting for you when you get there. Make it 3 cans.
You can't count on. I'm not getting a definite, so I can't count. If Jackie shows up, fine, but we got to count on the guys who are going to play.
You got Wayne.
Wayne, Neil. What about Don?
Wayne's coming?
Says yes.
Okay, and Ralph.
Yeah.
Only if
of
Dominic
course.
makes rest.
Ralph will sit at his own table.
Yeah, but
Ralph play by
Dominic
himself.
wouldn't call Ralph and invite him. I had to call him.
I know.
I-
Dominic will never call Ralph.
Really?
Because he thinks Ralph's gay.
No, I don't.
What, do you think you can catch it over the phone?
No, I have nothing against. I have nothing.
Ralph. He hates Ralph with a passion.
I do not. Oh,
It's just he's jealous of your relationship
Yeah,
with
Dominic
You know
hates
what?
Ralph because Ralph.
I gotta tell you this. One time, Dominic got me alone, and he says, "That's Ralph. I don't know about him. He hangs around Howard all the time. Howard has to be very careful."
Yeah, that's my protected Dominic. I'll tell you who I have to be careful of. Dominic.
Oh, Howard.
Yeah.
Take that back right
I'll hang out with Ralph anytime.
And I'm not going to repeat what Robin's response was.
Oh, I was revving you up, Dom. See where you go.
I want to hear.
Robin, Atlantic City.
Dominic, come clean, man. What was your answer?
Yeah, come on, Dominic.
Okay, I've got 2 also guest appearances. Are you ready?
Who's coming, Senator D'Amato?
Senator D'Amato will most likely be there, but ready for this.
Who?
Pat Cooper.
Oh, stop it.
So funny.
Someone told me Pat Cooper was on another radio station yesterday. Say he was gonna beat me up.
Good. You can't get James Garner. Maybe you can get something to go.
I'm gonna have to beat up Pat Cooper.
I wouldn't miss that too far.
How funny is that?
Now he's gonna beat you up.
Yeah, he's gonna beat me up.
That's
I
very
wouldn't
rational.
joke about it.
What?
I wouldn't joke about Pat Cooper. I think we finally reached the taboo point.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play the tapes. It's really funny.
Oh, no.
All right, how many guys are playing now? Can someone count? Would somebody write beside? Why am I always writing?
Ready?
All right,
do
hold
it
on.
now, quick.
Wait. All right, go ahead. I'll count on my fingers.
Howard.
That's me.
Dominic.
Go ahead.
Neil.
Right.
Wayne.
Go ahead.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Go ahead.
Jeff
and Eddie.
Go ahead.
And your brother-in-law's coming?
My brother-in-law.
Dawn.
Right, that's
Neil's
10.
Friend.
10.
Put me as an alternate. And
And what about Fafa Fui? Where is he in this?
He's never come in to say whether he's going or not. He's probably not going to.
If you want 2 tables, I get Stuttering John probably if we have to.
Oh, all right.
Dominic, could you put
What happened, Fafa? Your wife tell you no?
No, she didn't tell me no.
What happened?
I told you that it wasn't about my wife. I told you it was about my nephew coming to town.
Find that out.
I may be there.
How about all the
Now, what is this maybe? You know what?
If I show up,
And you know what? Ronnie reminded me about you. The first time you showed up at a card game. What did you tell me yesterday, Ronnie, about Fafa Fui?
Well, you came to the game and that was it. That was the last time.
Yeah, and we invited him.
You know what?
We invite him every time.
Ronnie, I've never been to a card game.
That's not true. You played once.
Where? When?
You played once.
Time ago.
No,
Even when we take the tour bus, I always invite you to play. You sit there and sleep with your mouth open.
I've never played cards with you guys ever.
Can't interrupt his neck.
I've never played cards with you guys. You guys are all
Do you
wrong.
want to play? You told me yesterday you wanted to play. Then all of a sudden you remembered you had Baby Jackson and Mary.
Oh.
You want to play, man?
I'm sorry, I can't
you want to be a
afford to
man
have
or a
somebody-
pussy? You want to play? I'm inviting you now.
I don't
You
know.
keep saying you know.
The answer is I don't.
Then you're
I
out.
don't.
Goodbye. Get out of the room. Out of the room,
I want to
pussy.
be at his table. He doesn't know how to play.
Yeah. Get out.
Gary, all the dental floss you need.
Ronnie still don't know how to play. He's played in 100 card games, so it doesn't stop him. Ronnie still hasn't figured out how to play poker. Still needs 7 guys helping him.
And he's angry at Dominic because he doesn't know if he cheated.
I feel Dominic. Oh, Robin.
Gary goes, I don't play a lot. I'm nervous. I go, no one there knows how to play.
Yeah, really, Gary.
Yeah, what happens if you don't know how to play? Like
Gary's-
your life is ruined?
Gary's out. He's a big talker. No one invites me. I just invited him. He goes, oh, I can't. My nephew's going to... Like the nephew has to sit there and be entertained by Baba Booey.
I better call Charlie Hammond and order food for 30 then.
The nephew is 7 years old. And
No, he's a teenager. He doesn't even want to be with his uncle anymore.
yeah, no one understands that. He wants to sit there with Fafa Fui.
He wants to go see girls.
Yeah. My nephew's coming in. I got like Fafa Fooey. What are you going to do with your nephew on Friday night?
I was actually probably going to take him to see Tony and Tina's wedding.
Oh, I see. You are.
He wants to go in. Hey, believe it, you guys think I'm a moron. He lives 1,500 miles away. He still thinks I'm a cool guy.
I doubt it.
He's putting up with you.
Oh, yeah, right.
How old is he? Does he know how to play cards?
Yeah, he's almost 15.
I don't want no 15-year-old there.
Please.
Ralph does.
Can I ask
Ralph wants to know, is he cute?
He's got that little peach fuzz under his nose.
Oh,
It's a certain flaxen hair. Seriously, I really don't know if I'm any good. Are you guys any good?
No.
Gary, believe me. Believe me. You fit right in.
John and I
You're just like a baby.
No, John and I were just saying how we're both like really bad card players, and it's embarrassing because I used to play with guys that were
won
good.
the last time he came.
John
won a lot of money.
I used to play with guys that were good, and they really make fun of you. They make like guys who could I used to play with guys who would say,
"Listen, do me a favor. Do me a favor.
Make fun of you anyway.
Sit this one out. Go be with your nephew."
Gary, can I say one thing?
I'm an idiot. I want to be my family.
Good.
Gary, never make fun of you.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, we would never make fun of you, Gary.
Would it be brutal or not?
Your plate would be toothpaste.
Don't you think it's going to be kind of weird with two tables?
I don't know.
We'll have fun.
We'll have fun.
We can all switch.
Look, whoever wants a show, a dopey, why do you announce, Dominic, I got to hang up on you. There's something wrong with you. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're not thinking clearly. Don't announce everything.
Oh, okay.
Every little detail. You dope.
Send out a map and tell everybody where we're going to be.
Yeah, why don't you draw a map? All right, goodbye. You know what? I'm not playing that.
Oh,
you're so stupid. You're so dumb.
This is sickening.
Get the surfers down.
Howard, we've been talking when we're playing for...
Loves his airtime, don't he?
We got to do something to him.
We should pink belly him.
I don't know if you guys have enough guys to pink belly Dominic.
There's not enough hands.
We need a fire department.
All right, so who's playing? You're playing?
Yeah.
I'm going to play. Jackie, you playing or not?
I think so.
All right, Jackie's playing. So this is probably about...
You never ask Fred because Fred's not a card player.
He doesn't play. He's a drag.
Yeah.
No one wants to be with Fred.
Right.
Sit there and
Wouldn't that be funny?
What, so he drinks and falls on his face again? We tried going out with Fred.
And I did better the second
Fred
time.
always causes a commotion.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything, doesn't add to the room, and then just falls on his head, and everyone's going to go to the hospital, and the night ends early. We were having a great time.
Did good the second time, too.
Yeah.
Brought everybody down.
All right. I got to come back and take a few phone calls.
Blood to death, you bastard.
I'm going to play a few commercials. I'm going to come back.